Welcome into the live stream here for McCready and Siskey. Sorry for a little late start. I am I have two jobs sometimes, and the day job does take precedent. And Monday is a busy day.
How about that?
Today's first day of like game week stuff as it pertains to like media stuff, and so we got Golding at. He was scheduled for 12:15. He got there at 12:18, 12:19, but. With
can't believe he was late.
with Kiffin the last few years, usually the press conferences were never longer than about 10 minutes, and that's on media, not on Lane. And with Golding, for whatever reason, I don't know whether there's more questions and the answers are more detailed and longer. So we went 25 minutes today. So
How about that?
So
Let's go, Pete.
a little slower.
Well, that's good.
So yeah, we'll get rolling here. That's it. I don't know. My brain's a little scattered right now. I'm sorry.
Well, let's see if we can scatter it up some more. How about that?
Yeah, I've got opinions on this topic that everyone is so obsessed with that I'm finding just infuriate people.
Well, let's do it.
And I'm like, okay, I may be the one person in North America that doesn't have a strong opinion on this.
Okay. I actually have a strong opinion, but it's probably not where you think it is.
Yeah, I don't.
Mine's a little bit different. You know, everybody's got their opinion, and by God, we can have ours too. Yours can be that I don't give a shit, and that's why our show is so much fun.
Maybe so. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I have. We'll get into it. Here we go.
Let's do it. I need some rain. Make it better.
Welcome into episode 378 of McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal McCready, joined on the show here today, as always, in the Clark Ford Studios by Tyler Siskey. Monday, August the 24th. Hope everyone had a good weekend. I had a great one. Hope you guys did too. It was a lot of fun for me. Hope you guys had something similar. If you didn't, there's always next weekend, so you can try again. But my next weekend won't be nearly as fun as the last one, so see, we can trade. We can just swap off. And then after that, every weekend's the same for the next 12, 13 weeks.
Yeah, this is like week 0 is an appetizer because it's not a full Saturday that takes up my whole day.
Oh, yeah. I probably won't watch a snap.
Really?
No.
I got 3 games. 4 games.
Oh, no.
I'm going to watch.
No.
But I will, but normally, you know, I got my spread, man. I got all my TVs going. It's from freaking right at 10:55 till midnight.
I wish I loved something the way y'all love this. I do. I'm jealous of it.
You do. It's
I
called
don't.
the NBA.
Yeah, but I wouldn't watch NBA 12 hours a day.
But it's also my job.
It's true.
I
Yeah. No, we'll probably have like one last pool weekend. The two of us will just hang out and then go from there.
Yeah. No, I love it to the point where that's what I want to do.
No, it's good.
That's what I want to do.
I'm glad.
I'm unapologetic about it because
it makes the show better for sure.
Every cent I have ever made in my life has come from the sport.
Yeah.
So, you know, I gotta, you know, it's what I do.
No, I'm not. It's not a criticism. But people will be like, "Are you going to watch NC State and Virginia?" And I'm like, "Probably not."
I'm in.
And then they get mad. That's the part.
Why they get mad at you?
I don't know. They get irritated.
I don't get mad at you.
I know you don't. Like, are you going to watch UNLV Memphis? Like, yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
And,
locked in.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know,
don't forget Jacksonville State, North Dakota State. Let's go Gamecocks.
That's not.
Let's go Gamecocks.
Anyway, this show.
North Dakota State making their debut in FBS. Let's go Gamecocks.
I thought they'd been in FBS.
No.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
Okay. There you go.
Welcome.
We're brought to you by Rain Total Body Fuel. 300 milligrams natural caffeine, BCAAs, electrolytes, zero sugar. It's got what you need to push the limits and achieve your goals. Check them out on Instagram at Rain Body Fuel to learn more.
Neal, I'm rocking with the white haze today because that's what my brain feels like with every one of these state cases is it's in a haze. So why not drink some white haze to get the haziness a little bit more thicker. So I'm going with a white haze today. Shout out to my good friends at Rain Total Body Fuel. We'll have some more fun stuff to talk about here coming shortly, hopefully Thursday. That's the plan. We'll talk about some things on Thursday. But Neal, as always, this show is also brought to you by our good friends and the official RV dealer of McCready and Siskey. And who is that you're asking? It's County Line Campers. And where are they located? You're also asking that. Tyler, I love that County Line Campers is the official RV dealer of McCready and Siskey. Where are they? They're located right there on exit 38, I-10, the wonderful metropolis of Gulfport, Mississippi. Right now, check this out. My good friend Rob, Destiny, my man Sambo, they're doing something unprecedented because right now at County Line Campers, it's football season. You're getting ready to load up. Unless you may be a North Dakota State fan. You may be a Memphis fan, and you're loading up the old RV to get ready to head out to old Vegas, or you're heading up to Fargo, North Dakota, or wherever you're getting ready to go for this football season. Make sure you go by County Line Campers. They will get you in and out same-day service. They're the only same-day service center out there on planet Earth. That's right, County Line Campers right there in Gulfport, Mississippi. Also, if you need a new RV or you're just like, hey, I want to trade this old Buster thing in, here's what you do. You go to countylinecampers.com, and Rob is doing a virtual demo and walkthrough, so you can pick out any of your RVs. You can check them out on countylinecampers.com, and he will get you walked through and get you taken care of, every single person, one person at a time. So make sure you go to countylinecampers.com, the official paint and body shop, official RV dealership of McCready and Siskey. We're also brought to you by Prime. That's right. Get Prime. That's PRYM.com. Right now, been a busy day. Lots of us are busy in the football world today, getting ready for, some of you guys are out there looking at NFL rosters, trying to figure out who's getting cut. You don't have time to go to the doctor. But let me tell you what you do have time for. That's for Prime. That's for people who there's no waiting room, no hassles, no needles. You go to getprime.com. It doesn't matter if it's your overall wellness, your hormones, your metabolism. It doesn't matter what you're getting checked out. It works for women too. So men or women, you go there, you pick out the kit that you need that will do you justice. And you put it in the old checkout code. And when you go to hit the checkout code, you hit MPW. That's going to get you 20% off. That's right, 20% off of your first order. So make sure you go to getprime.com and take your health into your own hands. How about that?
How about that?
That was like a week 0. I wasn't in midseason. That was week 0. That wasn't a good one. That wasn't a good one. I gotta do better. Maybe I can get juiced up. This rain will hit me in about 45 minutes, and then I'll be able to go mid-season form at the end of the show today. All right, let's get into it, Neal. And it's kind of ironic is the word I'm going to use, that this is occurring with somebody that was associated with Ole Miss. But we had all the court cases last week, and we had the show. We talked about it. Then the NCAA comes out, and they get a federal stay in the Colorado case. And then Dae'Quan Wright and the LSU TRO says, hold my beer and watch this. And we went into it a good bit on
TRO, for those who don't know, is a temporary
restraining order. But since then, Todd Monken was asked about it following the preseason game, and he was like, what's going on? You had the best tweet I've seen in weeks when you said when you had a video of Dae'Quan Wright in pregame with the Browns, says getting loose for his game for Clemson and LSU in a few weeks. That was great, by the way.
By the way,
very underrated tweet.
Thank you. By the way, Lane Kiffin today apparently in Baton Rouge denied calling Todd Monken.
That's interesting. Yeah. Don't know.
I don't.
Don't know. Don't care.
I can't speak to the veracity of either man's statement about someone trying to call.
Yeah. Don't know.
Lane said maybe someone tried to call and say he was me. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be the first to have. I wonder how tampering goes with in the NFL when it comes from a college team. That's probably never been done before. Probably not anything in the collective bargaining agreement about that, I imagine. Yeah.
Give it time.
Give it time.
We're going to get there.
All right.
I actually think we are going to get there. I think there's no question. Here's hot take number 1. I don't even do hot takes.
Oh, here we go. Fire them out to start with.
This isn't even a hot take.
Okay.
It's just an opinion.
All right.
I think that this will open the door for colleges to absolutely tamper with NFL camps starting next year.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're there. I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's just.
Well, this is a first. This would be the first person who's ever gone to an NFL camp. He was warming up for the Cleveland Browns on Saturday. And for the record, I like Dae'Quan. I covered him for a couple of years. He was always great to me. I hope that whatever Dae'Quan wants to do is what he does. I hope it works out. I hope he gets paid, whatever. I hope nothing but the best for Dae'Quan Wright. I like Dae'Quan. He was nothing but good to me. So I have nothing. That's not meant to be sarcastic about Dae'Quan Wright. But he was warming up for the Cleveland Browns on Saturday, 2 weeks before, a day after getting into the NCAA transfer portal, and 2 weeks before the team that he is arranged to go to plays its season opener. So we are in uncharted territory here. We always talk about precedent. Well, before this, there is no precedent. But once you have precedent, that sets what's called precedence.
All right, hold that. We're going to finish with that thought, what you just had, because that's where I'm going with this. So, in case you've been under a rock, Dae'Quan Wright has been released from the Browns and has an agreement in place to play at LSU. All right, so first things first. I don't think this, for me, I'm going to be a little bit different than everybody else. All these talking heads are having this really hot take, just crazy, go off the rail take that we've had the last 24 to 48 hours about this. To me, this isn't about Dae'Quan Wright. This isn't about LSU. This isn't about Dae'Quan Wright. Look, Dae'Quan Wright, great player, okay? Will we all agree he's a good player? Had a great career at Ole Miss.
Dae'Quan's a very good college football player.
Good dude, all that stuff.
Sure.
All right. In the history of time, okay, I don't think Dae'Quan Wright goes to LSU. That doesn't move, to me, that doesn't move the needle for me to go, oh, my God, they're going to win it all this year. I don't think there's anything that he is going to be able to do that someone else can't do at LSU, okay? Never in the history of time did somebody go, by God, we just got the best tight end ever. We're winning it all.
Yeah, I don't know enough about LSU's tight end room other than Trey'Dez Green to comment on that. I mean, might let them do more two tight end stuff. I don't know. Dae'Quan knows the offense.
But again, not moving the needle in the big picture of things, right? Now, if you told me.
I don't know that.
If there was one position that would change all this in his quarterback, right? So if you told me that, hey, Diego Pavio is coming back to Vanderbilt, okay, now my calculus changes. But not at tight end. For me, again, this is my opinion. For me, it doesn't really move the needle. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
I'm just simply saying I can't say that one way or the other. I don't know how they would use him if he was combined with Green. Does that
right?
I mean,
he's not going to be in 12. He's not going to line up in 12 personnel that's just not what Lane does. I don't care if Lane's got goddamn Brock Bowers comes back. He's going to be in 11 personnel. But the point of the drill to me is that like Dae'Quan Wright, great player, did really good things at Ole Miss, and this is not a LSU thing. It's not an Ole Miss thing. So the fandom part, y'all got to miss me with that. I don't fault LSU. I don't fault Dae'Quan Wright. No. This is not any of that. It's the point of the drill. So it wouldn't matter if it was Wake Forest. I'd have the same opinion. All right. But here's the deal is Dae'Quan Wright, these guys that are getting released from NFL training camps and going back, okay, there's a reason that they're getting released. Okay. So it's not like the guys, you're not getting back Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes is not going to Texas Tech. Like, these guys cannot, and Dae'Quan Wright has been with two teams, okay? They can't make an NFL roster, all right? So it's not like you're getting some, like, generational talent. It's just,
no,
so for me, I think it's just, it is what it is, right? All right, but forget Wright personally, okay? So let's take all this out, all right? Here's where I'm going with this. Where does this end? Think about this just for a second. Where does this end? This isn't about.
Wait, hold on. Where does what end?
Where does this is signing an NFL contract? If that doesn't end your eligibility, okay, and we're setting precedent, like you were just setting a second ago, okay. Then what is eligibility anymore? What is amateurism anymore? I'm not getting on the pay and player stuff. I'm just saying. What is the distinction between college and pro? And
well, there is no distinction between college and pro. This is pro. I'm sorry. This is pro football where they wear college uniforms.
No, I agree with all that.
Okay.
Like, I'm just saying,
but I mean, so there is no distinction. This is where I think the slippery slope is. There is no distinction between college and pro. College is just a lower form of pro, using amateur nostalgia. They're not really students anymore. Kind of, but not really. Come on, stop. They're transferring all over the place. They're losing 20% of your hours. Most people, if you're transferring from one school to another and someone says you're going to lose 30% of your accumulated hours, you're like, let me rethink this. Yeah. Right? I mean, most people, this is abnormal. We have made this, the system has made this officially 100% pro sports. So I don't know when people say, where's this end? I don't even know what this is, and I don't think there is an end.
So here, here's what this is about to me, okay? Tying up what Neal just said. This is where it's about for me, okay? This is not about Dae'Quan Wright. It's not about even about 2026, okay? You allow this to happen, you have precedent set that in the NCAA, a player who played literally was in the NFL last week or Saturday is going to come back to college and play. All right, this is what they'd open his door for. Okay, and I was looking for examples, and I think it's Ben on the TikTok Live gave me the best example. Let's talk Quinn Ewers, Neal. Quinn Ewers had
the former Texas quarterback.
Former Texas quarterback.
Okay.
Had, I think, 2 years left, maybe 1 year left of eligibility. He decided to go to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he was a 7th round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he went to Miami. He was a 7th round pick, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to be a backup." Now, what this does is it opens the door for anyone who has not exhausted their eligibility. That's before that part gets sued. Let's just talk about where it's at today.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think we're getting there.
I said this the other day.
But let's say
this is literally what I said on Thursday.
Quinn Ewers says, "You know what? Yeah, the 7th round pick thing isn't working. Y'all cut me. I'm going to go back and make. I mean, how much money would Quinn Ewers make as a quarterback in college right now? I'm going to go back and make whatever. Because if you look at how much quarterbacks are making in the NFL, like if you're not a top 10 pick right now in the NFL as a quarterback, okay, let me state that, not tight end, as a quarterback, I'm not a top 10 pick. You're going to make more money. Some of these guys are going to make more. A lot of them are making more money than like Ty Simpson wouldn't even be in the top 10 of paid quarterbacks right now.
Yeah, no,
and he's a 1st round pick for the Rams. He's not going to get paid as much as he wouldn't even be in the top 20 of quarterbacks right now.
So this is where this is going. It's going to a place where you're going to have a new portal period that organically developed because of these lawsuits, where guys are going to go pro after their junior year or after their 3rd year, after their 4th year. They're going to go pro. They're going to go to camp, and then they're going to evaluate their situation, and they're going to have choices towards the end of camp. Because right now, the one rule that is in place that everyone seems to feel like is probably enforceable is that you can't join a roster after, like,
first game.
LSU plays on September the 5th. The rosters have to be set September 4th.
Right.
So you would have this window where you as a player, and I think this is what a lot of them want, you would have a window where, I can leave. I don't have to do this school bullshit anymore. I don't have to go do this spring football crap anymore. I don't have to talk to the local media. I don't have to do autograph signings to get some NIL. I can get my agent to pay me money. I can go in through the draft process. I can lock in on that. I can position myself to go to the draft, go to camp, and see where I am in August. Hell, I could play in a couple of preseason games, see where I am, and then make a decision. And if I decide to go back to school, not only can I go back to school, but I can go back to school at the end of it. I don't have to listen to I don't do all the camp bullshit. I don't have to go to the first day where Hugh Freeze does, hey, let's have a fake funeral and do all this bullshit. They don't have to do any of that. You just do football. And you're like the baseball trade deadline. Like the value there at 2:00 on the last day of the trade deadline, that's about as high as your value is going to be midseason. And so now a school goes, all right, we went into camp thinking we were really good everywhere except linebacker. Turns out it's not linebacker. We're okay at linebacker. We need a corner. We're a corner away from we really feel good about this team. And son of a bitch, there's a kid in the Bears camp, 5th round pick. He's he's probably going to make the practice squad.
Let's overpay him.
Let's pay him $3 million. He gets in the portal. So you go tamper with an NFL roster. Nothing that I'm saying is crazy. You go tamper with an NFL roster. You tell the kid, hey, get cut. Tell them to cut you. If you're on the cut line, because if you're not on the cut line, you're going to know it, right? In the NFL, you know the deal. You know whether you're going to make a roster or not.
You already know.
Yeah. So if you've had a great camp and they've already told you, hey, Johnny, you're with us. You're our starting left corner. Well, then go be a Bear. Go play pro. But if they're telling you, hey, listen, we're kind of thinking about putting you on the practice squad. Oh, no. Cut me. I'm going to go get my money here, and then you go. That's what we're opening up. Me personally, I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, that's what we've done. This whole deal about when are we going to have rules? No time soon. So embrace the more chaos. You're going to, and guess what? You're going to get some fans that are going to do this whole "this is the bridge too far" thing.
It never. I don't buy that.
You're going to keep coming back.
Yeah, I don't buy
You
that.
love it. You're not. And then the casual fan, they don't care anyway. They accepted years ago that this, they don't really care. They're there. They're not going to the game for the game. They're going to the game for the pageantry and the tailgating and seeing their friends and taking their kids to the place that they met mommy and all that stuff. It's fine. I think some of this, and by the way, some of the angst this week of people, like some of the same people today, I'm not naming names, that are so worked up about this, were one last week going, boy, I tell you what, if Ole Miss can add Wyatt Williams, Xavier Harris, and Dae'Quan Wright to this team, look out. And now it's like, this is egregious. It's like, you can't have it both ways.
Yeah. And that's part of where I'm again, this is me, okay? My opinion. We can't hide behind the fact, like, there are people out there, I heard it 15 fucking times a day, okay? Hide behind the fact that, well, this is what's best for the player. This is what's best for this, best for that. And that's so short-sighted. Hey, this is it's Dae'Quan's right to come back and make more money. Well, let me tell you what, while we're in the mode of like protecting the player, how about the same person that's for that? Let me tell you what you need to do. You need to go sit down with the family and the parents and the kid, and the agent of the player that was with your team for 8-9 months. Like you were talking about, hey, we're just going to sit back and wait for that corner, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, do we think that rosters are going to be at 95, Neal, come August 1st? No, they're going to be at 105, and you're going to have all these players on scholarship. And while we're in the mode of, hey, let's do what's best for the player, you just remember, if that's you, that you're like, hey, that's his right, let's do what's best for the player. You should also have to remember that when Dae'Quan Wright joins LSU, there's someone, don't know who, that's going to go, hey, you got to go. You can't be on our team anymore.
Well, I guess my response to that, and I mean this sincerely, would be, well, for this 1 year, that sucks for those kids. But now moving forward, you know the score. You know that's part of the deal.
Yeah,
you know that they're going to bring people in August, and there's a chance you get cut.
You can make the same exact argument. What you're saying is, hey, you know the deal. If you go to the NFL, you forego your eligibility. So that argument, you follow what I'm saying? Like it's the same thing. So we got to pick which lane we're going in, but we can't just see the trees.
Well, a judge in Louisiana, at least at this point, has determined that going to the NFL does not preclude you from regaining your eligibility.
Agree, and that's where we're at, right? We've said this for a long time.
That's why everybody's yelling at Greg Sankey. Greg Sankey can't stop every judge in the country from making a ruling that he doesn't want. Greg Sankey can't force the rest of the SEC to not overcompete. He made a comment back in the spring, I think, and it's a great comment. He says to rule effectively, you have to have people who want to be governed.
Yeah, no, I mean
the SEC doesn't have that, and all the people at Ole Miss that are, I can't believe Lane's doing this. Why? He coached for you for 6 years. Nothing about this exchange has changed except he's changed the hat he's wearing or the visor he's
wearing. He'd be doing the same thing for Ole Miss if he was at Ole Miss.
100%. He's a hyper competitive, win at all cost person, and that's who he is. And that's what you hired at Ole Miss in 2019.
Yeah,
and he won.
Yeah,
and it's why LSU paid him $1 gazillion and has given him now a roster that's eclipsed the $50 million mark.
And here's the thing: it's like 99% of the coaches that I talk to are like, yeah, we're not doing this because of exactly what I talked about. We're not messing up our culture or our locker room. This is not I would say 95% of the people I talk to, like in the business, maybe hell more than that, maybe 99 are like, yeah, we're not.
We're only talking about Dae'Quan Wright right now.
Exactly. And so here's the deal. It's like, what would I do if I was the NCAA? Okay. And if I was the NCAA, you don't have a whole lot of legal jargon to stand on, okay? But this is not unprecedented.
Well, the NCAA has already blown this because all they had to do to avoid some of this drama was just issue a complete blanket waiver on 2022. Guys who graduated high school in 2022.
At the first of the year.
you've got 5. You've got 5 to play 5,
Before
and that would have opened it for NFL players and everything else. But you could have said this is a one-time thing. It's too late now.
It's too late. But this is not unprecedented either. If I was the NCAA, because you got the bed, you got to lay in it. I wouldn't just sit back and do nothing. I would pick up the phone and make sure they knew that, hey, look, trust me, if you ever want to know how a university gets the death penalty for somebody sleeping on a couch, all right, hey, look, we can't prove this, or we can't punish you for this, but just know we're about to give you a colonoscopy. Just know that that's coming. And that usually, most people gets them to walk away. Others like to challenge them, and then you get the colonoscopy, and then you get what you get. All right, so, but here's what I would expect. I would almost be shocked at this point. How it could be stopped, it can be stopped outside of the court system. And this is where I think Greg Sankey comes in. I would almost be surprised if this is not a thing very soon, is you're going to have a meeting with the SEC presidents and the SEC ADs. They're going to vote and have an agreement because the SEC already has different rules than the NCAA that are more stringent, and we don't do this and all that. We're going to agree not to admit these people as students as a conference, okay? I think other conferences would then follow suit to do that. But it's not against the law or whatever it is. We're not going to admit that. They'll do the same thing. It's the same way they did junior college rules. It's all the rules, interconference transfers. We agree to do that. I think this is going to come from the presidents because nobody wants this. And here's the thing. I wish that I didn't watch his press conference, but I bet if you really pressed Lane Kiffin probably doesn't want this or think this is what's great for college football. But at the same time, he knows if he doesn't do it, then other people will. He's going to put himself in position. He's not for it, I don't think. He's always had that big picture thought where, like, hey, this is stupid, but we got to do it to stay competitive. So I don't think this is a Lane problem. I don't think it's an LSU problem or Dae'Quan problem or Ole Miss problem or any of that stuff. This is a college football, college athletics, because it's the same thing with the Bediako thing at Alabama, right? All these schools are going to do things to be competitive, and it's not right for the sport. And what I mean by that is like we're talking about, like I'm literally talking about what's in the best interest of the student. You're going to take, for every person that you're doing in their best interest to let them come back and play, you're ruining someone else's opportunity that's already put in the work. So you got to save me with we're doing what's best for students here, okay? If you told me that, hey, every time we're at 105, and when we add a player, it's 106 or it's 107 or it's 108 or 109. Okay, that's a different conversation, but that's not the conversation we're having.
I think Lane Kiffin would tell you it's his job to make LSU as good as possible, and Dae'Quan Wright gives him a better chance to maximize his team than some freshman tight end.
I mean, sure. I mean, I agree. I'm with you. I understand, like from a coach's point of view, from your team. But does this? Are they going to win any more games than they were going to win if he's? No, I don't think that. I don't think it moves.
I don't know.
That's my opinion. I don't think it moves the needle. And now, again, if you're allowing a quarterback to come back and like Diego Pavia all of a sudden could go back to Vanderbilt, now we're having a different conversation. But there's no tight end in America that's going to change, like that's not good enough to make an NFL roster. Okay, because let's just call it what it is since we're being honest here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, if you're not good enough to make an NFL roster, okay, you're not immediately going to go back and turn into freaking Brock Bowers. Well,
no, but
that's just reality.
But Dae'Quan Wright was a very good SEC tight end. I covered him for 2 years.
He was
very good.
Good player. But is the guy. Do you know how many tight ends that LSU has that can run Y cross and catch? I mean, he was also good play calling, great timing. I mean, a lot of dudes can do that. So what I'm saying is like,
I mean, he's 8 months removed from catching a touchdown in a national semifinal game.
Okay, so by that thought process, there's no other body on the roster that could catch that ball.
Oh, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying. I'm saying he's good.
Yeah, he's a good player.
They view him as a good player. Walks in, he knows the system, he knows the terminology. He can step right in and play.
Agree.
And he's warmed up in an NFL uniform now, so he's got some cachet.
But I don't think it changes the big picture calculus, is my opinion.
Look, I go back to the same thing I've said for a long time. I've said this for a long time, and I'm right. When college athletics decides, if they believe they have a problem, and they keep saying they have a problem, they all keep talking about this problem. And I'm like, where's the problem? Interest is sky high. It's never been bigger. Ratings off the charts. Stadiums are packed. Hold on.
I agree with you.
Hold on. So I keep saying the same thing. Show me where it's broken on the x-ray. Show me where it's broken.
Okay. You have to sell 10% of your athletic departures future equity to raise more money.
What if it works? I'm kind of being devil's advocate here, but what if their gamble pays off?
What if I wake up 8 foot tall tomorrow?
Look, people gamble all the time.
I'm with you.
People are going to put money on who plays this weekend. NC State, Virginia. Someone's going to put money on. I have no idea what the line is.
I'm putting money on NC State, by the way.
All right, some people are going to put money on NC State. Maybe they're going to lose.
Maybe.
I mean, it's part of the deal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, LSU's rolling a big time dice on the 10% thing, but no one ever talks about what if it works. What if this is genius? I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is it's a
show me where it's. I get it, but show me where it's broken.
I'm trying to. I agree that the interest level of football and the eyeballs. I agree. I think the reason that the interest level is at all-time high because. Hell, look at Oklahoma State. We sucked last year. We were terrible. We got a new coach, and we got 85 now.
Okay.
85 new players on our team. Okay, we have hope.
Sure.
Hope is a powerful thing.
Sure.
Okay. That hope was non-existent prior to the free agency. It was non-existent because you got to fix your problems 25 freshmen at a time.
Yeah, because when your team sucked like theirs sucked last year, it was
you had to build out of it.
To build out of it was going to be at least a 3-year deal.
Minimum.
Yes.
Right, minimum.
At least.
Okay.
Yes.
And
now it's not. Now
it's not.
You can do it
that
tomorrow.
Hope is powerful. Okay. Yeah. There's interest. And two, which we've talked about briefly, of something you've talked about briefly that I think impacts that is I think people are viewing entertainment differently. Okay. I think people are more likely to turn on the TV than they are to show up to the game and pay exorbitant prices. Okay. And so I also think that helps the TV number, the interest number, all those things. Right. So, they're
going to go to a 2014 playoff. There's going to be more hope for longer every single season.
Agree.
Genius.
Sell it.
It's genius.
However, there are no billionaire owners of these teams. Okay. And we're reaching a point financially that teams are now selling their damn blood plasma to fund it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, does the LSU thing work? If you told me that prices went down next year, but do I think that prices go down? No, I think if they do anything, they go up. Like I would bet damn near anything they go up.
100%.
Okay. So that money that you're raising $100 million for 10% is not going to last very long. And then we're going to have to raise more money. And you're already at the end of the level. You want to know why progressives on the field at Ole Miss. You want to know why jersey patches are on there. You want to know why Auburn and Baylor aren't playing in Auburn this year. They're playing in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like we're reaching the end of scraping revenue. Let me tell you what's coming next. We know we have a lot of Ole Miss fans coming. It's just a matter of time. Okay. This is not sourced. So don't get mad. Don't yell at me. We're like, really, this is the part when, Ole Miss fan has just benefited from this era, right? And they love it. And they should.
They've thrived in it.
They should.
Only two SEC teams have won more games in college football than Ole Miss since 2021. Georgia and Alabama. That's it.
What happens when prices go up? We got to find revenue. What happens? And they go, you know what we're going to do this year? We're going to sell Grove spots.
Oh, yeah, they should. I've said that for years. They should absolutely sell spots in the Grove.
That, from an Ole Miss standpoint, I know a lot of people, hey, you're listening, you're an LSU fan, you don't give a shit, you don't know what we're talking about. I think that right there would be a breaking point for many Ole Miss fans.
Oh, no, they'd pay it. They'd pay it.
Now I tell you.
They'd pay it.
Hang on, Neal. Hang on, Neal. Hey, the old Johnsons over here, Neal. I learned this lesson the hard way. The Johnsons over here, they've had this spot for 35 years now.
Uh-huh. Have to pay to keep it.
Hey, C Spire is going to pay us $2.6 million for that spot.
I was in Fayetteville last weekend. Now, don't get me wrong. I wasn't in the company that talked about this, but I'm just saying for a reference point. They're doing a reseating of their baseball stadium. People who've been sitting in the same seats for 15, 20 years are going to get a choice. Hey, you can still stay in those seats. It's going to cost you an additional $30,000. Figure it out or not.
Yeah. And
because guess what? There's corporate people up there that will absolutely pay for those tickets. And you've made this. I'm kind of being serious here. I've said this all along. When you make something all about money, you cannot get upset when it's all about money. And boys and girls, it's all about money.
It's wild, dude.
Why is Lane Kiffin on not the hot seat? Don't get me wrong. Why are people going, hey man, you better win in year one? Why? $50 million. That's why. That's the only reason.
Yeah, I can't.
Nobody else.
I can't go there yet.
Nobody else would look at that team from a year ago that went 7-5. Where'd they go?
I'll look it up. Go ahead.
But they weren't a playoff contender. They were eliminated from playoff contention fairly early in the season. They went to the Houston Bowl, I think. I'm not trying to belittle anything. I can't remember.
LSU went.
Did they go to the
7-5.
Texas Bowl?
I think so.
Okay.
They've been. I don't know.
Most teams don't bounce back from that and go win a national championship or go straight to the Final Four or whatever. That's not typical. Why do they feel like they can do it? Money.
Yeah.
Because they went out and bought a $50+ million roster. And so, yeah, I was in Fayetteville. I was actually not in Fayetteville very much. I was mostly north of Fayetteville, but I was in Fayetteville a little bit.
The area.
Well, I was right near the baseball stadium. My son's apartment's walking distance from Baum. And, yeah, I mean, how do you make more money? Well, you soak the fans. And hey, it'll work. Now, will the stadium have as much ambiance when the tickets are sold but they're not used? No. Will some fans who normally would try to get to go to games, will they not be able to go to games because the tickets are sold? They can't afford them? Sure, absolutely. Do you run the risk that down the road, those people who may have become, in this case, Arkansas baseball fans won't become Arkansas baseball fans? They'll become something else? Sure. But here's what you will do. You need another $5-6 million to buy a baseball team, and you got it. And that's where we are.
Closing this thing up, I do want to say this. I don't think he's ever going to play at LSU. I think before the end of the week.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
I think all of this talk and everything has got everybody in a tizzy. I just find it hard to believe. And I've been around it long enough, and some things aren't in public and some things are. I think there are phone calls and meetings taking place or going to be taking place. I don't think he'll ever play at LSU. Then I'll be dead wrong. It'll be quick. We'll know.
Yeah.
Because he's either going to play in next weekend or he won't.
I was going to say they play in 12 days. We'll find out.
I find it hard just understanding how all this works. I would be surprised. I'll be wrong and surprised if this doesn't get resolved to not allow professional players to come back and play pretty quickly. And it may be outside the courts. And what I mean by that is the president level is like, hey, look, we got to get, I don't know, this whole mindset, and this is what we're not fixing, right? Is it goes back to everybody gets a participation trophy and it's all about the player. And oh, poor player. It's like, hey guys, I have to remind everybody, there was a time, Neal, about, 300 and some odd years ago, George Washington, he was out there chopping the cherry tree.
Yeah.
I don't recall. Now, if I'm wrong, let me know.
Okay.
I don't recall reading in my history book George Washington chopping down the cherry tree going, and it's going to be the American right to play football.
Hey, well, you look over there. I've got a big Washington. Matter of fact, I'll go get it. Hold on.
You're talking about your Washington book?
Yeah, because I've been reading this.
I watched Young Washington. Does that count?
All the way.
By the way, good movie, by the way. Have you watched it? Young Washington?
I did watch Young Washington.
Yeah, I like that. It was a good movie.
So, I've been reading in my spare time. Totally serious. I love history. This is Washington's Ron Chernow.
You read that book?
I'm not finished with it. I'm well into it.
Dude, that's like War and Peace.
It is.
How many pages? Just for my CTE. How many pages you got in that total book? I mean, that was like damn near 1,000 pages.
Actual book.
I mean, you got like another 150 pages behind where you're flipping.
Yeah, some of that is index. See, that was.
We got index.
800 and here's 815. 817 pages.
Right.
I'm about 400 pages in. But
Okay.
What was your question?
I just said I don't remember anywhere in the history books
Here it is. Hold on.
George Washington was chopping the cherry tree. If he said it was a right for Americans
Here it is. By September 1789, under James Madison's guidance, per Washington's request, it was determined What would you say about college football?
Is a right to
Yes.
human right,
That it would
American
be, that it
right.
would be an American right to send copies of the right to play college football to 11 state governors, as well as the chief executives of North Carolina and Rhode Island. That was an amendment that was going to be was formally approved, according to this, December 15th, 1791, to allow the right to play college football. No, you're wrong. So kiss off.
Right. I mean, we've just turned this into like, I don't even I just don't, I physically can't understand it. I mean, what's next? We're going to go, hey, look, I know that you made a mistake. I know that you made a mistake. And I know that you were just driving the getaway car. So we're going to let you go back to your original life. You're not going to move on from that.
Well,
like we've got to this.
Can you play football?
Right.
How fast?
We got this whole deal.
How fast can you run?
We got this whole deal. We're like, hey, I know this is shocking for everyone. Okay. Again, I feel like I'm in my own damn timeline. I think CERN shut the shit down, and I'm the only one on this timeline. Like, I know this is hard for everybody to imagine, but when you make decisions, those come with consequences. And so, like, hey, you've made a decision. I'm going to go play professional football. Okay. Well, guess what? You're no longer, once you do that, you're kind of done here. Do you understand that? Yeah, I'm good. But that's only if I'm not. So, but wait a minute. That's only if I'm not good. Oh, just as a 2022. Yeah, it don't matter. We'll just go get I'll find a judge somewhere that's a booster of my team I want to go play.
Why is it 5 for 5? Why not 6 for 6?
Well, that's what's next, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Sure.
said that for a long time, and I agree with you, right?
Yeah.
And this right here.
Because here's why.
If he wears a uniform at LSU, what you were talking about,
yes,
6'6",
100%.
it's immediate. This is not going to be like 4 or 5 years in a row.
I agree completely.
Like, this is like end of the year.
Yeah.
Like, as we turn the page on 2026,
it will be the precursor to the August 2027 NFL training camp transfer portal.
Yeah, and then here we go with this, Neal. It's just like, okay, well, now eligibility doesn't matter. But hey, Diego Pavia is over here working on a podcast. Diego Pavia is going to put down the microphone on the podcast, go back and play at Vandy.
Well, and you know what? Here's the thing. I mean this sincerely. I think most football fans would go, oh my God, because I have a mailbag question that I haven't gotten to yet for my Wednesday mailbag, which is, hey, is this the most boring August you can remember? And I'm like, I don't know. It's like another August. But I was thinking, thinking about it as I was like, well, this would spice up August. This would turn August into content galore, baby. If you're like, hey, there's a rumor that guy, that 5th round pick of the Lions, there's a rumor that he's getting ready to hold out of camp so he can get back into the portal because he's got a $3 million offer from Tennessee.
Oh, yes. I mean, am I going to be surprised?
That's injected into people's veins.
Yeah.
And so I don't. There's a part of me, the part that just loves chaos, the part of me that just kind of wants to see what happens when when you were a little kid and your parents said, don't do that.
Yeah.
And you'd say, how come? And they'd say,
no, we didn't do that at my age, but the new age kids do.
They would say, just because I said so. And you had to think, I probably shouldn't do it if mom says because I said so. But a part of you still wants to go, wonder what would happen if.
Again, I grew up in a different timeline. If I questioned my parents, I got my ass beat. So maybe it's just my timeline.
And so I'm kind of ready to drop this thing that everyone says you can't do. I'm like, well, let's see what happens if you do it.
Yeah.
Because I'll say this again. I'll shut up about the whole topic. At some point, college sports, if they believe it's broken and they believe it needs to be fixed, they're going to have to fix it themselves. And the only way to fix it is discipline. This is kind of like a diet. If you decide that you need to lose weight, you decide that you are fat and you need to lose weight, the only way that you're ultimately going to get it done, and please leave all the jokes to honest to God, the only way you're ever going to get it done is you're going to, okay, well, I'm going to have to come up with a plan. That plan is going to require some discipline. I'm going to have to come up with some sort of an exercise regimen. I'm going to have to come up with a diet. I'm going to have to fix my nutrition, and I'm going to have to stick to it. That's it.
Yeah, and then there's
That's it.
There's an argument going on in the chat about court cases. Like, look, guys, this is not about like NCAA won the court case in Colorado, right? This is not every time. Like literally, well, I don't remember what exact time it was of the day, but as the NCAA gets the federal over, like all these decisions are local and state, right? And then they go in federal, and federal judge is like, oh yeah, this is dumb, but there's so many damn cases popping up all over the place that they can't keep up with them all. And then you got this thing called a game starting on Saturday when a lot of places are starting Saturday, and then everybody else starts the week following. It's about, hey, Louisiana's different than Colorado. That's different than Kentucky. That's different than the Texas case. It's different than this. And so they got to go in and get federal authority. I mean, it's like
the irony of this.
But it's not but no. I do want to say this. This isn't on the NCAA.
No.
The only thing the NCAA did wrong in this particular case was they waited till after in the middle of spring before they started this 5-for-5 thing.
Yeah, and they should have just put a blanket out.
Put a blanket out in January, and we wouldn't be here.
They didn't do that.
But
I think they didn't do that because they were worried that it would open up all these other cans of worms that, in fairness to the NCAA,
they were right.
They would have opened those cans of worms.
They thought that if they waited a while, then football season would get here before they could get the cases, and they missed it by a couple of weeks. I mean, they were probably a month too early. They should have just waited an extra month.
It's one of the ironies of the whole LSU Ole Miss thing, honestly. One of the great ironies of this is the person who got Trinidad Chambliss' injunction thing rolling was Lane Kiffin. In the hopes that he would be his quarterback next season at LSU. Okay? I mean, the plan, and it damn near worked. It's kind of like an addition. I don't know how young some of you guys are, but Scooby-Doo. In Scooby-Doo, if it weren't, the criminal mastermind was always right here from pulling it off.
Yeah.
And then something would happen.
His mask got pulled off.
Scooby would make a mistake that stumbled into figuring out here's who it was, right?
Yeah. Scooby
and Shaggy and Daphne but ultimately it was always Scooby and Shaggy solved the cases by being idiots. And here we are. Because if Ole Miss loses to Georgia on New Year's Day, I'm not saying Trinidad Chambliss would be the quarterback at LSU.
It'd be a lot easier.
But I'm not saying he's not.
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier.
And so that's where all this thing came from. So here we are. And you're asking me if you're asking me, like, I know what Lane said in this press conference today. It's fine, whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter. He wants Dae'Quan Wright on his team because he thinks Dae'Quan Wright makes his team just a little better.
Yeah.
Just a little better.
And if he also feels if he didn't be recruiting him, somebody else will be recruiting him. So, I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't blame LSU. No. I don't blame Lane. I get it. I get that part. My whole deal is this is a bigger picture for me of what's the precedent this sets. And I don't think it stops with the 2022 class because that's not the precedent that you're setting. You're setting that you're allowing a professional player to come back. And that's where my whole deal was.
AJ McCarron chimes in on the hotline. He says, I'm with Neal. Let's burn this thing to the ground. He didn't say thing. And turn it into the biggest crap show ever so we can reset the whole thing.
Oh, I just now saw the hotline, by the way. I had my shit on Do Not Disturb.
I think I do want to see Dae'Quan Wright play for LSU because I just want to see, okay, what does this lead to? What is the narrative? Because I think a lot of people in my field, our field, your field now, don't want to embrace just how far it's gone. And so I do love the idea of saying, hey, former Cleveland Browns tight end Dae'Quan Wright is now running. They'd probably start him because that would be part of the deal. They'd probably at least run one play out of the gate in 12 personnel, so they'd start Green and Wright. So we'd have Dae'Quan Wright, and when they could do like in the pro games, the guy will go,
like say
Patrick Mahomes, Texas Tech.
I like when they do the elementary school.
I like the idea of doing a college game where Dae'Quan Wright, before he takes the field for LSU,
he awesome
goes
would that be?
Dae'Quan Wright,
Cleveland
Browns.
That's
awesome.
Dude, that would be good.
And then you pan around and nobody's phased and they're still playing neck and all the stuff in that stage.
It's just a fucking shit show.
And that's where I will go, you can't break this. You can't break it. You can't break it.
No, I think
Because I don't think you can break it.
I think there's disconnect here. I do think I understand what you're saying. Okay, I do. And I agree with you. The interest level is at an all-time high, blah, 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 blah. I agree 1,000%. It's not going to be broken, not going to be broken ever that way. I think the interest level is high. Okay, agree. No argument at all. I am simply referring to the funding of said project. Okay, that is, we are there. Okay, we're there. We're selling blood plasma.
Yeah.
Okay, we're there. Prices aren't going lower. Okay, somebody's got to say uncle. Okay, you got two fucking tough guys in there. Did you ever play the game? I was playing this with Knox. He learned a valuable lesson with me because he started playing. You ever play the game Thumps? Like when you put your hand and you thump.
Oh, yeah.
The game's only over when somebody says I quit.
Yeah.
Right now you got a bunch of tough asses.
Yep.
Okay, you got a bunch of freaking testosterone competitive freaking people, man, and they ain't quitting. It's like, hey.
Yeah.
It's like, name this tune, right? You can name it in 7. I can name it in 6. You name
These
it in 5.
people aren't wired
and
to-
you get down. Eventually, though,
To
you get
one
down.
note.
You get down to one note, and there's nobody that can go, I can do it no notes. No, you get down to one note. Okay?
I can do it no notes.
Well, guess what? We're down to one note.
I can do it in no notes.
And so the point
Billie
of
Jean, Michael Jackson.
right? So
No, I mean, I get it, man. But
that's
like,
where
but
the part is.
But you're asking people that don't know how to do this to do it. This is not the way they're wired. They need structure. There is no structure. They need structure without structure. These are football coaches. These are people, y'all script everything. Y'all script every day down to the minute. 6:13, you're an 8.
Yeah.
I mean, but y'all do. Y'all script everything. Yeah. You're telling these people. You're telling people that stay at the office till midnight because they think that guy that we're playing Saturday, he's still there. That's the way people are wired. You think they're going to pass up on getting an NFL tight end?
AJ just texted me. He said he's coming back to play his redshirt year. He says, I found a judge that will agree with me and I deserve another year.
I'm for it.
How much would AJ make right now?
I mean, right now today?
Yeah.
I mean, several $1 million. Seriously. I mean, the market would be probably, he'd make about $4 million.
Shit. I bet he makes
$5 million.
Yeah.
Chambliss is making what, $5 million? He'd make that ballpark. Because, I mean, in all seriousness, no, they would go, well, he's a little old. He hadn't played in a while.
He can still spin it though.
Yeah. Oh no. I'm trying to answer the question honestly. So here's one of the things. Why not?
I tried to get him to play for us. I got close.
Yeah. So why not?
He would. He'd be freaking. He'd kill it. It's just, what a fucking shit show, man. I mean, and
well, no, I mean, in
part of my reason for.
I mean, I'm totally serious when I say this. Like I was watching. I was watching part of a. It was on. I can't say that I was watching it, but it was on, and I think is Allen. He used to be the backup for the Bengals.
Kyle Allen.
No, not a starter. He used to be a backup for the Bengals. Austin Allen or somebody. Didn't the dude? I think he used to play at Arkansas.
Kyle Allen. You're thinking about Josh Allen. Kyle Allen.
No, I'm not thinking about Josh Allen. It doesn't matter.
I think Kyle Allen's the Arkansas.
Anyway, think of how many dudes in the NFL are good enough to be backups, third teamers.
Yeah, Kyle Allen was Arkansas.
Okay. Think of how many guys in the NFL are good enough to be backups, good enough to be third teamers, decent locker room guys, right? You can depend on them. They're just not skilled enough to be NFL stars.
Most of them.
Okay. Those dudes would make so much more money if they could just keep playing college football for 10 years.
Agreed. I think that's where we're heading.
So
right?
why not let them?
Why not let them?
Yeah, why not let them play?
Because you won't be able to fund it long term. Because if you bring all those people back.
Well, the market will correct itself over time.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying is like, I think we're maxed out. Okay? And when I say maxed out, we're at the edge of the comfort level. Okay? And so once these prices go up, okay, on quarterbacks, and now you're going to have to start, because look, who makes the money? Like these guys that are, we're at a point right now where the quarterbacks are making money, right?
Yeah.
And these guys that are playing running, not all of them, some running backs get paid a lot of money. But when you're looking at these other positions, most of them make much less than they'll ever make on an NFL practice squad. Okay, you don't have billionaire owners with unlimited caps and all those things, right? I'm talking about unlimited cap as in unlimited checkbook, not cap. Yeah. All right, but we're reaching a point to where, okay, now we're taking all those quarterbacks, right? We're going to take all these players back. You can't afford it. In no shape, form, or fashion could you have a roster that
How much was Texas Tech going to play Brendan Sorsby?
Again, quarterbacks are different. They're going to pay $5-6 million.
Well, I mean, but
you're not going to pay an NFL practice squad now is like $800 and change,
sure.
right?
Yeah, I'm not advocating that you go back and pay everybody. I'm saying
you can't go spend 7 linebackers at $800,000.
I'm not advocating for that.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying. But a guy, look, that dude who's about to get whacked out of pro football at 27. He's not going to be able to go make 6 figures in the real world. Maybe a college will pay him $150. So go play.
I don't agree with you.
I
if
think
we allow this to happen, that's coming faster than you think.
And why would that hurt anything? I mean, I'm literally asking, who would that hurt?
Yeah.
Who would that hurt?
That would make
other than young people. But instead of them starting out at Alabama or Ole Miss or Auburn or LSU, they would start off. Yeah, but they'd start off.
Still lose opportunity because it all funnels down.
Then they'll have to do something else. As Michael Jordan said, F those kids.
So again, it goes back to my whole thing. Well, we can't sit here and say it's about the player. It's what's best for him because
it's not about the player. It's about the money.
Every decision that is made, there is a consequence.
Sure. But we've made this all about money and not about people. Fans are going to go to these games. They have no idea. Literally, SEC shorts. You watched it before we started.
It's funny.
SEC shorts, y'all did great.
It was great.
But underlying in the comedy, and they did a great job of this. Underlying in the comedy was like, they did part of the skit. I won't give the whole thing away. It's really worth watching. They do great work. Renaissance Bank sponsors, and it's fantastic. Week after week after week, it's just, they very rarely have an off week. And today was a banger, I thought. But they had a contestant on. They were doing this show, Do You Know Your Team or whatever. Something along those lines. And they said, we have a flashback. This isn't your first time on the show. And it was a Florida fan. Yeah. And they flashed back to, I think, 2007, maybe it's 2008, whatever. And they said, who's in your quarterback room? And he names 8 guys. 8 guys.
That was good.
So I'll keep going on this. Hold on. I'm going to prove a point. I did 6 years of talk radio in Alabama. From 2000, I started with Taylor Zarzour in March of 2002. I did almost 6 years before I was fired for saying that Alabama would lose to ULM on a Monday of a week.
Hey, what happened to that game?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
You got fired for having the right take.
That happens. It happens. Hey, Ken. Also, shout out to Terry Thompson Chevrolet. Yeah, Gulf Distributors. How are you? I can't remember the score. It doesn't matter. 21-14. But I mean, who remembers these things?
Did you have a shirt at one time?
I did. I went to 3 schools. It's the only time.
You still got it?
No, it's the only time I ever gave one of my alma maters any money. The ULM athletic thing did a fundraiser after that, where if you contributed to the athletic department or just join the alumni association or whatever, they gave you a T-shirt. I'm like, here's my check. Anyway, where was I going? Oh,
talk radio.
Oh yeah. The idea in 2007, if I'd said to a typical listener, tell me Alabama's quarterback room. No more.
Yeah.
Today, part of the skit was the Alabama fan. Who are the 2 quarterbacks competing for the Alabama quarterback job? I know we're going to talk about quarterbacks in a minute. Who are the 2 quarterbacks competing for the Alabama quarterback? And he was like, they buzzed him. It was funny. But there was a lot of truth in that. And to prove it, I was talking to someone who does radio in the state of Alabama who said, man, you wouldn't believe this summer. This was the first summer he could remember where you really had to dig deep to get through it. You couldn't just do – because back in the day, all I had to do to get ready for a show in Mobile was just go, hey, you know what? Let's get somebody on to talk about Alabama football. Let's get somebody on to talk about Auburn football. We'll get somebody on to talk about some random SEC team, and then we'll just take calls. And they'll say, yeah, Roll Tide, War Eagle, and we'll get to 6 o'clock and we'll get out of here.
So the Paul Feinbaum show on the radio.
Essentially. And he said we couldn't do that this year. And I was like, why do you think that is? He goes, because the people don't know who's playing. They don't know who's on the team.
No.
So you really can't talk about a team when you don't know who's on the team.
No.
So that's why I think you could do this with bringing pros back. I don't think it would matter. I think the people in the stadiums now, for the most part, don't have any idea who they're watching. They're cheering for a uniform. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. They're coming up for the game. They're going tailgating. They're hanging out with their friends. They're having a few pops. They're catching up on old times. They're reminiscing on good times. Because for a lot of people, that's the best time of their lives. It wasn't for me, but it was for a lot of people. And it's romantic and all that stuff. And they go to the stadium and they cheer for the uniform.
Until they have to pay for their spot in the Grove.
They'll pay for it.
Not all of them.
Well, a lot of them will. And if they won't, then a corporation will. The university will make the money.
C-Spire says, hold my beer and watch this. All right. Got anybody to tell us about before we finish up?
Oh, I do. It's funny you ask. It's funny.
See, we get to talk about my man?
Huh?
We get to talk about my guy today?
Yeah, we got to talk about him. He doesn't always drink beer.
Does he accept NFL players to his team?
I don't know. But when he does drink beer, he definitely prefers Dos Equis.
See?
That's right. The most interesting man in the world has returned, and he's more interesting than ever before.
Uno más cerveza, por
His
favor.
phone is addicted to him.
Sure is.
All of his teeth are wisdom teeth. So raise a Dos
Not from
Equis to the
Alabama.
man, the myth, the well, one of them, just one tooth. It's called a toothbrush. They don't call it a teeth brush.
Best joke ever. How do you know that the toothbrush was not invented in Arkansas?
I don't know.
Because if it was invented in Arkansas, it would have been called the teeth brush.
Toothbrush. That doesn't really make sense. Anyway, grab a beer and stay thirsty, my friends. I apologize to Dos Equis for completely ruining the reader. We are also brought to you by Gather Systems. They make audio and video technology easy.
They do.
They install video displays of every size, from 4K displays to meeting rooms to massive LED video walls and college stadium scoreboards. They build great sounding audio systems from auditoriums and gyms to arenas and football stadiums. Does your stadium sound like an old AM radio? Gather Systems can fix that. Do you want your high school stadium to sound and feel more like an SEC game? Give Gather Systems a call. They can upgrade the whole game day experience with video scoreboards, great sound, instant replay, and anything else you can dream of. For businesses, they handle meeting rooms, video walls, displays, sound systems, and the technology that ties everything together. Gather Systems can design it, install it, and make it easy to operate. It's a big project or a small project. Tell Gather Systems what you're trying to accomplish, and they'll help figure out the technology. Email sales@gathersystems.com or call Hudson Direct at 601-594-8917. Gather Systems, technology that brings people together. When we were kids, summer meant freedom. No homework, no teachers, no school. And as adults, summer still means freedom. Thanks to Mint Mobile's summer sale. Right now, all of Mint's plans are $15 per month, even unlimited. So free yourself from big wireless and their gimmicks and gotchas. Switch to Mint for high-speed data and coverage on the T-Mobile 5G network. Mint Mobile took what's wrong with wireless and made it right with premium wireless for $15 a month. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can even bring your current phone and your number. Choose from 3, 6, or 12-month plans. Say goodbye to a monthly bill. Ditch overpriced wireless with Mint Mobile. It's so easy. Sign up online. Get 3 months of premium wireless service for $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/MPW. That's mintmobile.com/MPW. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/MPW. That's it. No catch. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, $180 for 12 months. Plan required $15 per month equivalent, taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. Includes up to 20 gigabyte hotspot. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See Mint Mobile for details. And we are brought to you by our friends at Outdoor Underwriters. Everyone loves the outdoors, but you want to make sure your hunt club or your timberland is covered. Outdoor Underwriters provides the insurance you need at a price that makes sense. Outdoor Underwriters provides liability protection for occurrences arising out of activities and operations of your hunt club and its members, guests, invitees, agents, or employees. You can take comfort in blind and tree stand liability, mobile equipment liability, hunting dog liability, and more. To learn more, go to outdoorund.com or call 866-961-4101.
All right. All right, we're going to finish up with this. Hot topic besides that shit. Golly. I'll be glad. We got football coming Saturday. We can talk about that Thursday. Keelan Russell and Faison Brandon were named the starting quarterbacks at Alabama and Tennessee. I imagine Jared Curtis will be named at some point sometime. Not surprised at those. This Keelan Russell deal, like, again, not shocked. We talked about it. It makes all the sense in the world from a roster standpoint, blah, 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 blah. Faison Brandon, same thing. All right. The takes that people have that don't like the decision or whatever, had this on freaking TikTok Live today. I was like, again, living in a fucking simulation. Well, that's not right. Austin Mack got done wrong because he was told that first of all, we don't know what he was told and all that stuff. That's first. Second of all, like, in what world do you really
we have more breaking news.
Uh-oh. Hold up.
Breaking news, Matt Zenitz. I'm going to hit the button and make sure this is Matt.
Yeah, you got to double click and make sure it's not.
Yep.
It is Matt.
Matt Zenitz. LSU is currently expected to add former New Orleans Saints and ex-Ole Miss star defensive lineman Xavier Harris, sources tell me, and AYS Sports.
Yes.
I would assume that's Blake Ruffino, right?
I don't know.
Did you try to contact Blake today?
No.
He was texting me to ask if it was you, and I said that was not you.
I don't know Blake. I don't have his number.
LSU is expected to add former New Orleans Saints and ex-Ole Miss star defensive lineman Xavier Harris. There you go.
How about that?
Another one.
I mean, shocked?
No.
But again, I thought it was going to be the other breaking news I think is coming.
Ex-Georgia safety Ja'Cory Thomas plans to file a lawsuit for a TRO that would allow him to return to college and enter the transfer portal. His agency tells Matt Zenitz and Chris Hummer. He was a starter at Georgia in 2025. He took part in rookie minicamp with the Carolina Panthers.
Man, I want to be a lawyer so bad right now. That'd be fun. Be
so
good.
There's some news.
Yeah. All right, Keelan Russell, Faison Brandon been named starting quarterbacks at Alabama and Tennessee. And look, these people that are upset about, Austin Mack was told this or told that, like, guys, nobody, at no point in time does a coach go in, let me retract that. At no point in time is there ever any intention from a coach recruiting a player or trying to get a player that says, you're not guaranteed a starting spot. Do some say that and try to lure you there? Absolutely. Okay, but when it comes down to it, as my good friend Neal McCready has said 800,212 million times, it's a scoreboard business. At no point in time is a coach going to play a player that he thinks makes his team worse when he has a better solution sitting on the bench. Doesn't happen. Now, do some coaches say, promise playing time? Yeah, you should immediately run for the hills when you hear that. But two is this. Like, I would go the other way. I would tell a player, not only I want to sign you or I want you here, I'm going to try to replace you every year. You gotta find competitors. Nobody was promised playing time. Nobody's going to play a kid because, hey, you know what? I know we told you 2 years ago if you come here with us from Washington, we're going to make you the starting quarterback. Keelan Russell wasn't even in the picture at that time. They're not going to play somebody that's not going to do the best job, okay? Now, that's their decision. You can say that they made the wrong decision, okay? But I would then trust Kalen DeBoer's record over said fan and said chat room. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
that part, I can't get over. At the end of the day, with Keelan Russell and Faison Brandon, they're too athletic, and I think you're going to see more of a resurgence of this as the further we get in the portal. Like, already the pro style quarterback or the guys that can't really move, they were already going away with all the spread offenses. But even some of the offense were coming back to a little bit more pro style mentality. But offensive line, like, there's not a single offensive line coach in America right now that's going to tell you how great their offensive line is going to be. Offensive line play is getting worse. You need people that can be more mobile and do things. I mean, he was in the chat earlier. I mean, AJ can sit here and tell you there was a huge difference when you got a guy that can escape when you don't have to sit and protect that spot 7.5 yards behind the quarterback. and that's the spot, it makes your life a lot freaking easier from a protection standpoint. And when you look at Ole Miss last year, when they went from Austin Simmons to Trinidad Chambliss, Austin Simmons was getting his ass hit because he trusted that freaking pocket and he wasn't going to move and was damn near going to ride the pocket. When Chambliss is like, oh, shit's not here, I'm out. Okay, that changes the whole calculus on everything. Everybody's like, well, the offensive line got better. No, they didn't. Your quarterback became a guy that could escape the pocket and get you out of trouble and could extend plays. That's the difference. And so I think you're going to see more of this. But when you look at people of talent like Russell and Brandon, those guys can like bust your ass when they leave the pocket. They can extend plays and they can keep their eyes downfield and they can extend plays. That's why they're getting the job. Now, if they don't produce, then you can go the other way.
Well, and the coach can help him too, because the coach can be in his ear till the 15-second mark.
Yeah, to an extent, right? I think, and it's definitely not like the UFL. UFL, you can go the whole time. But yeah, there's a little bit, but let's not get.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's you can help them a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, going in, you can protect them by what you call and how you call it and things like that. But I think they're going to be fine. Does it change the calculus of what I think? No, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But not surprised that occurred. Lastly, wrapping up, we do have week 0 games we'll cover on Thursday, a little bit more in detail, so we won't slam that into you today. We'll have the first preseason of Make It Rain Thursday. I'm excited it's here, Neal. We finally got a Make It Rain Thursday coming.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I know you're excited. You can't stand it so much. But we'll be getting into that.
I just think
Thursday.
how much more I would enjoy Make It Rain Thursday if I knew that 31-year-old former NFL quarterbacks that come back to college to shore up some of these bad teams.
Yeah, I mean, you'd
get even more parity.
You'd get so much parity going so fast. You'd be ready to go.
It'd be awesome.
But yeah, so I'll
like Gunnar Stockton. Gunnar Stockton's he gonna be a pro? You think Gunnar Stockton's ever going to be a
starter,
a top 14 NFL quarterback?
No.
How long could Gunnar Stockton stay at Georgia and be the quarterback?
Time.
Think how much money he could make at Georgia.
That's what I'm saying.
So why are we restricting his ability to earn money, make life? Where else is he going to do it?
That's where we're going. So I mean, that's where we're going until. All right, last thing. We're going to wrap up. I'm not even talking about that. I'm continuing this, then we're done.
I mean, Trinidad Chambliss was projected the other day as a second-round pick. Let's say that's right. Let's just say it's right for kicks and giggles.
If he's not a top 10 pick, he's more valuable.
Hold on. I'm about to ask you a question. What's a second-round pick make?
Just depends on where part of the second
round. All right,
round.
let's say he goes in the middle of the second round.
He will make more money in college. Lots more.
So why are we restricting his ability?
I get it. I understand.
Why not let him stay?
I understand all that. I do.
Can you imagine if Trinidad Chambliss took Ole Miss to the national title this year? Let's just say he did. For kicks and giggles, in year 6, he takes Ole Miss to the national championship. What would he be worth at Ole Miss in year 7? Or he could get in the portal.
Conservatively, I mean, if you're saying the market goes up the way it's been going up, I would say between 6 and 7 probably.
Okay.
I mean, that's conservative.
So let's call it $6.5 million.
Conservative.
Yeah. Why not?
I mean, he's going to make more. Like if you're the way quarterbacks are being paid right now, in the CBA, you have to be basically a top 10 pick to justify going to the NFL.
Yeah,
if you're a top quarterback, okay,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm not talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
Anybody. I'm just saying
we're on the same page. The difference is I'm kind of coming around to the idea of so let him stay.
While I agree with what you're saying, and I understand all that. I also worked in the freaking building. And when you're trying to put rosters together, okay, it is I mean, all right, let's take off all the other stuff. I want you to be Johnny GM putting a roster together.
Okay. I've never done it before, but okay.
Okay. Johnny GM. All right. And you go, what decision do you make in you're losing a quarterback. Let's say Trinidad Chambliss is going to be the second pick in the draft.
Okay.
He's gone.
All right.
And you got another quarterback coming in from you can go get a quarterback right now that you think's really good.
Yeah.
Or you go,
I could roll the dice.
Do
for
I
August.
just not get a quarterback right now?
I could roll the dice.
Okay.
I don't get a quarterback. I could tamper NFL camps.
And I'm going to wait and see what Trinidad Chambliss is. He really going to be a first top pick, or am I going to wait and until August and then give Trinidad $7 million to come back?
Well, I would first try to give him $7 million up front to get him.
And then he says, "No, I'm going to go try the league."
I would ask him, "What if you're not going to be the starter? Would you come back?"
That's what I'm saying. Is they're going. If they've made their mind up, they're going to go. So the problem is trying to build a roster. with the resources, even in the system that we're in now.
Yeah.
Okay, even in the chaos.
Yeah.
Trying to build a roster is literally impossible.
Yeah, I understand.
If this is a thing, because
and I guess that's where the fans, you know what the fans say to that?
Well, they don't care. They're
I don't care. We'll fire you. We'll find someone who can do it well.
It's impossible. It's rolling the dice every single move you make. It's like, okay, we're going to take this guy right now from whatever. I don't even know who the next up and coming guy. Or let's say, for shits and giggles, Austin Mack, Trinidad Chambliss is gone.
Okay.
And he's going to the NFL.
Okay.
All right. You're like, hey, I can go get Austin Mack right now for $4 million. Good player. Really good player.
Who's he?
He's the guy at Alabama that just lost the job.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
But he's got 1 year left.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll go get Austin Mack, be our quarterback.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, let's say you've invested $4 million into him, right? Whatever your number is.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Trinidad doesn't go the way he wants to. He gets the camp, and then you're sitting here 2 weeks for a camp, and you're like, got this Austin Mack, I'm paying $4 million. I'm going to get $7 million there. You're not going to be able to go get Trinidad because you got this $4 million.
What
and
if
then you're going to watch
out,
Trinidad go somewhere else and beat your ass?
What if you worked out a trade where you traded $5 million of August portal money to Alabama for Austin Mack? He comes as your starter. Alabama gets to take the $5 million and use it in the August NFL training camp transfer portal.
Yeah, I don't think trades will ever be a thing in this deal because in this
case, Austin Mack would have to agree to the trade.
Yeah, well, the only reason I would say there's not going to be trades is because there's already free agency every year.
Yeah.
If there wasn't free agency.
Free agency every year in the NFL too, and they still make trades.
They don't have you don't have free agency in the NFL every year.
Well, I mean, you do.
No, you don't.
But they have contracts, but you have your contract has to be
every year.
You don't individually have it, but the NFL does have free agency every year.
But not with the people that are on a contract.
Right.
So there's no in college, there's no in college, everyone is a free agent every year.
But you could
in the current system.
You could technically do a contract.
Yeah. Let me tell you what else you could do, Neal. You could get really fucking pissed off. All right, I got pissed off yesterday. My wife goes, I thought you were fixing to go run the car into a telephone pole. And I was like, nope, wasn't going to do that. But let me tell you what you know what I told her, Neal? I said, no, I wasn't going to do that. Let me tell you what I am going to do. If I did do that, I would give my good friends at Thompson's Paint and Body Shop a call. I'd be like, look, I'm pissed off. I just decided to go freaking just run my shit into a telephone pole just to check out the front end alignment, how much it would hold up. It didn't hold up great. I just say, Don Jr., Matthew Thompson, whoever answered the phone. I'd be like, hey, it's your boy. I ran my shit into a telephone pole. Can you get me fixed up? And they'd be like, hell yeah, I got you, boss. Bring your shit down. So wherever you're located, it doesn't matter. Give our good friends at Thompson's Paint and Body Shop a call. They are the official RV. I did it again. I did it opposite this time. They're official Paint and Body Shop.
So we need to bring back somebody out of the transfer portal to read your ads.
I know. I mean, that's what it is.
That would fix everything.
That's probably what it is. But Thompson's Paint and Body Shop is located right in the heart of Saraland, Alabama. Exit 13 I-65 in the wonderful metropolis of Saraland, Alabama, right in the center. For over 35 years, Don Jr. and Matthew Thompson have been fixing up your cars with care, quality, and a personal touch that you just won't find with the big shops. So when you get pissed off and you kick your car or you throw something through your damn window, give our boys, our friends, our people a call at Thompson's Paint and Body Shop. Give them a call, area code 251-675-0884. That's 251-675-0884. You can check them out online at thompsonsbodyshop.com or check them out on Facebook. And so make sure you give them a call when you get pissed off next time and you kick your car. How about that?
How about that? How about that?
That's all I got today, boss man. It's a lot. I'm just, I don't know, man. It's a lot. I'm ready for football to start so I can stop talking about court cases. And it's here Thursday. We won't be, I'm sure.
We'll see you another week.
How about this?
Got till next week.
You may make a prediction. Yeah, we got till next week. We make a prediction.
So you're going to say neither, real quick, you're saying neither Dae'Quan Wright nor Xavier Harris play for LSU this fall.
That's my prediction. Surely to be wrong, but that's I know how this shit works. I would be not
so
surprise is not the word.
So that would be egg on LSU's face. I don't know that they walk into this knowing that they're going to get egg on their face.
I don't think it's egg on LSU's face. I don't.
You don't?
Mm-mm. I think it's going to
Has Pyburn made a decision yet? The kid from
I haven't heard anything.
Tampa?
I think there's
the Tampa Bay Buccaneer?
I think this will have
2 sacks.
I think this will happen at the conference level. I think there'll be a meeting, whether you know about it, it gets reported or not. There'll be a meeting between the SEC, the presidents, and the AD, and they'll basically say the same way they come up with all the rules. Hey, we're not doing this shit. It's the same way as like everybody's like, oh, you can't do that. Well, hell, you can. Okay, the SEC has had different rules than every other league in a long time, and then everybody like, well, we're not going to do this. Well, let me tell you what. This one, they're waiting on somebody like that. This is going to happen. I would shocked is not even the right word. I'd probably be disappointed if it didn't. Of all the things that they've changed, I mean, there was a time where 95% of the junior college kids couldn't play in the SEC because of junior college rules, right?
Yeah,
so I mean,
yeah.
this is.
Remember when guys couldn't play because they didn't have a good enough grade point average?
Yeah, right. That doesn't count anymore. Or your GPA does. Your ACT score doesn't count anymore.
Not really.
Your ACT score doesn't count anymore. Yeah, you actually do still have to have a GPA.
I mean,
basically, it's a heartbeat.
It requires a pulse.
It's 2.0 or shit.
I mean, now it's the same thing you have to do to get a degree from ULM. Son, you never attended class. I have a pulse. Good enough. Here's a B.
I don't even know what to. I'm just beyond all of the bullshit behind it. I mean, it's got to get. I would be almost surprised, Neal, I definitely think it's going to happen this week.
Okay, this week.
Yeah, I think you'll hear something this week.
Okay.
I would be shocked if by next Thursday or whenever we do our show next Thursday, if it's not, hey, that we're not doing this. Like I don't think it's I don't think it has anything to do with court cases. I think it's an SEC together. And look, the NCAA can do it too if they want to. Do they want that or not? They can do the same. What did the NCAA come out and say when they said, hey, about this portal window that wasn't a portal window? Do you know how quickly they stopped that? And all they had to do was say, hey, we're not punishing the players. We're not doing all that. The NCAA could come out right here today and they go, Charlie Baker could get on a press conference and go, hey, we're not doing this. Hey, but if you want to do it, you feel free. But when you do it, your head football coach, you start punishing the schools and the coaches. Hey, your head football coach, he's not coaching for 6 weeks. Oh, and by the way, your rev share, which I know you're spending over anyway, we're going to take 20% of it. So we're going to penalize you. That's what they did with this other deal.
Yeah.
So they can do whatever they want to do.
I guess.
I will be surprised if something of that nature doesn't come out of this.
I think this whole thing originated in Baton Rouge. I think someone found what they viewed to be a loophole, and I think they're going to execute it. I actually think they're going to play.
Yeah. We'll see. The NCAA could fix this real quickly, just the same way they fixed the other.
Till they lose in court.
You're not, because you're not punishing the players.
Oh, that's true.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you're not, hey, cool. Yeah, you're eligible. You can play. Go ahead. They're not tailing the
players.
Well,
their argument would be Dae'Quan Wright can't play for his last team. Neither can Xavier Harris because their last teams were the Cleveland Browns and the New Orleans Saints, respectively. That is the loophole. And that's where they say you are actually punishing the player.
No. You can let them play.
For who? The Browns and the Saints?
LSU can let them play. You just can't have your head coach when you do it. Same way they did the other. They didn't say that you couldn't do the non-portal. Let's drop when everybody was going to do. We talked about on the show a long time ago. Everybody was going to do. Trust me, including LSU. Everybody was going to do he just dropped out of school, dropped all of his classes. So now,
I remember that. Yeah.
And so the NCAA came out and said, "Hey, that is cool.
Yeah,
y'all can do that.
But if you do it,
your head coach
is out
for 6 weeks.
Yeah."
That's what they do. That's. I would be surprised if something like that. It's a very simple fix.
Oh, anyway. Shoot. All right, we've been brought to you by Rain Total Body Fuel, 300 milligrams.
I tried. Hey, you can't get mad at me. I had this shit ended 6 minutes ago.
I'm not mad.
I'm not 6 minutes ago. I was off.
I'm about to go right. But
6 minutes ago, I was done. It was your fault.
I don't even know what to write. Honest to God, don't even know what to write. You know the truth? I'm about to. I've transcribed Pete Golding. I've got the transcription now. I've used AI and stuff to get the transcription. I don't know what the hell to start with. Because Pete got asked about Dae'Quan and all this today, but he answered in generalities because Pete's proving to be, for a first-year coach, I'm beginning to think that when those years he was at Alabama, he paid attention. I'm beginning to think that he actually went to class and took notes.
Can I say something real quick? I know we got time, or we don't have time. The fact that because Pete hasn't done press conferences, people like, he can't do it. Hey, news flash for everybody. Imagine getting one of the top 100 jobs in your profession on planet Earth. You're probably pretty fucking good at what you're doing.
Oh, no, you're
But because,
yeah. What I'm
because
saying is
he hasn't done a press conference.
what I'm saying is not only can he handle it and be himself.
Imagine he's really good.
But I think he took notes.
Everybody does. Yeah, absolutely.
But not everybody's as good at it.
He's great.
Pete's proving to be really, really, really good at press conferences.
But imagine being a top 100 of your profession. People go, I don't know. Oh, wow. That surprises me.
But there are some coaches who are horrible in press conferences. Horrible.
Yeah.
There are. There a lot.
I don't know.
In fact, a lot.
I'm sure you do it more than I do.
Well, there's some that are just so dry and boring, and he's good. He's good. I'm interested, but I still don't know where the hell I'm going to start with. What I'm
you know
writing.
what I think you should do? I think after our whole podcast today, I think you should start and just rehash the entire Dae'Quan Wright conversation again. Because you feel like you're done with it. Nope, it's just starting.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know I'm not done with it because if he plays the week that,
here's the.
For me, the week if he's playing, I almost like he and Xavier both are playing. I almost need to go down there and do stories on them.
Don't do that. As your friend, I don't advise you do that.
They would be fine with it. I don't have a vendetta. Just people here might lose their minds.
Don't do that. Though the only thing that would. Like if you're for chaos, Neal, you like chaos, right?
I think right now I agree with AJ. I think college sports needs a giant chaos bomb to fall. And then one of two things will happen, and then we got to go. You drop a chaos bomb. One of two things happens. You either realize that, hey, that bald, fat McCready guy's right. It's not broken. We can do anything we want. The fans literally don't care. Just play on Saturday. Or after the fallout settles, you'll be like, oh, shit, we blew it up. Son of a bitch, it's gone. Let's rebuild this the right way. One of those two things happens.
Question for you. Is any part of you, last question, think that the reason the NCAA is being quiet and the reason the SEC is being quiet is letting it fester, letting all this fester for September 15th?
Yeah, but to do that, you have to let it play. To do that, you kind of have to drop some of the chaos bomb. You can't, if you fix it yourself between now and September 1st, for example, September 4th, whatever the date is, right? If you fix it now yourself, Congress goes, you guys got this. Because Congress is coming back, and when they come back, they got midterms. Like around the corner, every decision they make from here on out, and these people don't care about anything but themselves. And now you're in the time of the year
a lot of shit,
when for them,
a lot of shit in common.
For them, they got a lot. For them to keep it up, they got to get reelected. So they're in self-preservation mode. So I don't know.
When I haven't heard anything by now. We haven't heard anything today. That's the only thing. Every second that goes by, it makes me think that maybe there is something to it.
Do I think, to answer your question, because it's a legitimately good question, a month ago, if you'd said that, I would have said, these people aren't smart enough to pull this off. And now I would say, I still don't think you're going to get this through Congress. I don't think Congress is going to fix this for you.
Address it, though.
But do you, by dropping more chaos into the atmosphere, do you help your chances of Congress going, my God, you people are incompetent. Okay, we'll handle it. Maybe.
Doubt it, but maybe.
Maybe.
Gives you a chance.
It's conceivable that I don't know that you went into it with that strategy, but maybe that strategy has emerged of, hey, let's let this thing combust.
In the meantime, I would like to pour out one for the homies, for all the GMs out there trying to go through this shit today. I'm pouring one out for you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, well, we'll finish with this. Pete literally said today, I can go pull the exact quote. He was talking in hypotheticals. If you had an injury right now, today, you would explore it. I give him credit because a part of him wants to go, that son of a bitch is insane. Like, this is insane.
Dan Lanning said that.
I know he did. But he didn't, because he acknowledged that, you have an injury in the wrong spot and there's somebody out there that could fit the need, you'd explore it.
Don't put yourself in a corner. Baby, don't put yourself in a corner.
No, that's what I'm saying. Don't say, I would never do something, and the next thing you know, you're the one doing it.
Yep. All right, dude.
See you guys on Thursday. Bye.